when he got in, I asked him, knowing what I know from yesterday, which is that my chances of being successful is 9 times more if I don't only think about my plan for the year, but I actually write something down. If I know this, okay, it's why won't I act on it? And why do we have so much information but we fail to act on? And I'm like, I say I swear we're very, I mean, it looks like change is very difficult for us, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you say I swear
no, well, and also cow.
And also cow.
Change is difficult because of every new thing, one is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's why we have the proverbial comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because when you have gotten used to something, you don't think before doing it. For instance, look at driving. After I said, you don't think about that. You just flow.
We call it like riding a bike.
Exactly.
Once you know how to ride a bike,
once you know how, you just flow. And that's how life is. When you get up, 80% of what we do are mindless and meaningless because we know what to do. But when you have to do something new, you need new willpower, new strength, new force for your mind first to process the new information that you need, and then you'll be able to act upon it. That is where the challenge is. And so if you are not deliberate and intentional with the changes that you want to make in your life, you can coast through all 365 days of this year without any meaningful change in your life.
You are coasting.
Yes. Because
is that what we call self-sabotage?
Exactly. Exactly.
So that is what it means to self-sabotage.
Exactly, because you are your own witchcraft.
We are live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram. You want to see Michael Ohene-Effah's handsome face, go and check it out, okay? But you will also learn something, and you can write something also, and that's going to change your life in this year 2024, which wasn't there. Okay, so let's look at what causes this behavior of self-sabotage.
You see, the biggest individual that impacts our success in life is we ourselves. It's nobody.
Yeah.
If you like, let all the 77 gods in your hometown go and conference against you. Once you are determined to achieve your success and to live your life, you will achieve it.
I mean, that's what I mean by what's inside me is greater than anything else.
Exactly. But a lot of the time, we don't do what we must do. And then we blame external forces. Oh, the government, oh, the government, oh, the government. But there are some little things you must do to move you closer to your life dreams.
Yeah.
You never do it. And here you are blaming government, you are blaming the economy, you are blaming everybody but you. That's self-sabotage. That these are intentional things that we do, whether knowingly or unknowingly, that tends to block us, divert us, or slow down our success and achievements in life. Now, what causes it is, of course, one, some people are not even in awareness. They are not even aware that they are hurting themselves. You are supposed to meet that elder at church to discuss something. For 2 weeks, you keep postponing. All you need to do is to seek an appointment with this man. You never do it. But you have time to watch Burkina Faso match. You have time to watch Namibia play.
And amuse the coach.
Exactly. And analyze it with your friends for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And yet, that phone call that you must make, you never do it.
2 minutes phone call.
2 minutes phone call, you never. That's self-sabotage. So you are slowing down your own progress. And a lot of us will continue with this till March. And then we're like, hey, I finished, and then now we are in a panic mode. So anything that you do intentionally, whether deliberately or not, that slows down your own progress is self-sabotage.
Let's talk. So give us some of the examples of self-sabotage behaviors, self-sabotaging behaviors that we engage in, all of us.
Because I have 19 of them.
Give it to us.
Do you have time?
I have time. I have all the time. Give it to us.
Now, I've classified them into 2 major blocks. So there are mindsets that self-sabotage us, or that hinders our progress in life. And then there are behaviors and practices. So let's start with the mindset first. You know, I've made an observation that when a new year dawns, we need to have a new mindset for the new year. A lot of us don't do that. So you see, you have some wishes, you have some aspirations, but you have not renewed your mind to align with the new wishes and aspirations that you have. So I liken it to changing the hardware of a computer. Polishing is doing everything, but the software
is the same.
It's still the same.
The memory is the
Pentium
same.
2. So then, in spite of everything, you have, I don't know what the young men call it now, you have, you know, changed this gadget, you've changed the screen, you've done this, a new keyboard, everything. But the software is still the same. And that's what a lot of us do. You know, a lot of Christians are praying for rain, but we are not carrying umbrellas.
No, we're not. we don't have rain troughs.
No. So you see that the mindset is completely misaligned with aspiration. So the first self-sabotage behavior we engage in is that we fail to rewire our brain for success. Now, what do? For some of us, it's fear. Now, about 16 years ago, I wrote my first book, and when I was doing research for that book, I came across the fact that there are 520 different kinds of fear.
520?
Yes, 500. Pori 500.
Hey. It's a serious matter.
That's right. Including the fear of fear and the fear of success. You won't believe it, but there's a fear of success.
Some people are afraid to be successful.
They are afraid to be successful. You know, and 90% of these fears never materialize. 90% of what we fear don't happen. And yet we let it hold us back year after year, week after week, month after month. The other thing with our mind is self-doubt. You know, we are our biggest critic.
Yeah.
We look down on ourselves, we talk down on ourselves, we don't believe in our capabilities and our talents. Who am I to give church announcement? Me.
Who am I?
Oh, me, I went to a dogono. Me, I can't stand in front of this. You know, me, I'm not. And we keep doing this the whole year.
Oh, so we even do it in the songs that we sing. And I mean, you know, that song. We do that.
So you have an aspiration that this year will be different for you, and yet the mindset is a mindset of I can't do it. Oh, I can't talk to that sister. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, you know, hey, oil and gas, they're me. Who am I to enter into this business? We keep doing that. So that tends to block us. So the operating software is not capable of pushing the new hardware. The other one is limiting beliefs. We limit ourselves and our God. We limit ourselves and our God. We have, some of us, we need to renew our relationship with money and success.
Yeah.
Because if the young men in this studio, if I told them that this month I'll pay you 1 million Ghana, I'm sure they will laugh.
Yeah. Guys, would you believe it? If he said he will pay you 1 million Ghana. 1 million Ghana this month.
You see, so that's a limiting belief. You know, so we have a certain expectation, but we ourselves, if somebody said, look, there's a deal, I'll give you 100,000 Ghana cedis if we work it out. Oh,
it's a
Massa, this one don't come and disturb my life. You know, you know, and limiting beliefs about success. Now, this is how I see it. You know, one of the fastest growing businesses in town is event planning and event organizing. Now, somebody has gone for 31st night crossover service. The pastors have decreed and declared over their lives. They are believing God that they will expand their businesses. But you know what? All the chairs, all the spoons, all the cutlery they have is 500.
Yeah.
What is that telling us?
They say they are ready for 500 business.
Exactly. So if I call that person and say, look, there's an international conference, I need you to cater for 5,000 people, they don't have the capacity for it.
Yeah.
And that is the lesson of the Shunammite widow.
Because then they'll have to go and borrow you a different color of tent, a different color chairs.
Exactly.
It doesn't match.
Everything is bazaar.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not asking you to go and buy 5,000 chairs, but have a framework where if you get 10,000 people to cater for, you can be able to supply.
Yeah.
Because that's what the prophet told the Shunammite widow.
Yeah.
Go to your neighbors and borrow more. Have a framework for receiving more. And so a lot of us have a limiting belief about our success. You have an Uber business and you are fine, you are doing well. But if I give you 10 cars to manage, do you have the capacity to do that?
Yeah, you've not trained yourself to.
You've not trained yourself for that. So the mindset is that, well, I'm okay, yeah, I should be here. No. The second one is negative thoughts. Now, do you know that every day, you and I, we go through about 60,000 thoughts every day?
60,000?
Yes, 60,000 thoughts every day. Now, 75 to 80% of these thoughts, which is about 45,000, are repetitive. So, yeah, I get 45,000 every day, repetitive. Now, 90% or 54,000 of these thoughts are negative.
Oh, we won't even yet.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know Ghana there.
Ghana there.
Oh, you know there are people from the 90%, 54,000 of these thoughts. So no wonder we keep getting the same result every day. No wonder we keep getting the same life every day. No wonder we keep experiencing the same experiences every day. Because the operating system does not allow us to move beyond that. So this year, one of the things you need to do is to, one, think about how you think. Think about what you think and break the pattern.
How you think and what you think
and break the pattern. So anytime those negative thoughts come, say, break it.
Yeah.
Be aware that, this is happening. Say, devil, I know.
Yeah.
But I have a God who has resourced me, who has capacitated me, and I can do all this because Christ strengthens me. Yeah. So that's the first thing we need to do this year. The second one, the third self-sabotage is undefined goals. Yesterday we touched on it, that we are not clear. Oh, this year will be, but what will it go be look like for you? Yeah. Have you clearly outlined it? What do you want to see by 31st December? So clearly outline it in every aspect of your life, in your professional life, your financial life, your health life, your relationship life, your parenting life. Clearly outline what you want your 2024 to be. Because God is a God of specificity. Yeah. God is not a God who does vague things. And so when you say, Nyankopon Shirame, oh, God bless my business, how do you want him to do? How will your business grow look like for you?
And not to cut you. I mean, I slept quite early yesterday. Woke up around 12 midnight. Couldn't sleep again till around 3 o'clock. And then I said, let me pray. I said, Holy Spirit, you have to wake me up at 5 o'clock because I have to lead the prayer meeting on Zoom. Okay. And then my eye opens. Good. I switch on the phone and it's 5:00. I'm like, God is that definite.
That's it. Look at the way he gave Noah measurements to the minutest centimeter. That's our God. And yet a lot of us, oh, God bless me. Now, in that blessing, do you see yourself having 7 regional branches? Do you see yourself having 50 staff? Do you see yourself having 5 tracks? What is that? How does that look like? Don't just say, oh, so undefined goals tends to Hermasin. The other one we engage in is seeking approval. A lot of us will move until everybody says yes.
That's number 4.
That's number 4. A lot of us will move until everybody says yes. Yeah. A lot of us will move and we want to live up to the friends and the old classmates and you want to look good in everybody's eyes. It is killing you, my sister. Free yourself. Yeah. Begin to live your life and stop seeking approval from other people. Next is shifting blame. When these are all mindsets, that we operate with.
That's sabotaging you.
That's sabotaging us. It wasn't me. You remember that popular?
Yes. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Some people have this mindset that they are infallible. And so everything that happens, they must find somebody to blame. They must lay it on somebody. Why haven't you done it? Oh, me, I didn't go to university. Why are you not doing it? Oh, where we come from, Why haven't you? Oh, you know, I don't have a certificate in that.
Yeah.
And yet we have people here doing business who have shown us that you don't need paper.
You don't need a classmate.
Exactly, to be successful. So stop shifting the blame. Some people, even in their 30s, blame their parents.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was growing up, that was the time my father lost his job, and because of that, we did so poppy, so poppy. You are 30 years, my brother. Stop blaming your dad. Stop blaming your family. Some people even blame the name they've been given. Some blame the hometowns that they come from. So stop shifting blame and just own your own life and move on. So these are the 5 mindsets we engage in that tend to sabotage us.
Yeah.
That tend to slow us down. Now let's look at the behaviors.
The behaviors.
The first behavior is not changing our habits and our behaviors. So as I said, every new aspiration calls for new behaviors. And so when you want to change, you want to move to a certain level, you need to alter the behaviors that you engage in. Because you see, the sum total of our lives is in our habits. That's why somebody said we are what we repeatedly do. And so whatever it is that you want to experience, it boils down to your habits. And then it boils down from the habits to your behaviors. So you will never change your life until you change your habits and your behaviors. It is not spiritual, it's physical. You aim at something, you need to change. And so if you don't change your habits and your behavior, what you do every day, nothing will change in your life. You'll get the same result, you'll get the same experiences. So that's the first behavior that is sabotage. Now then inaction, as we were discussing at the beginning, sometimes we know what we must do.
Yeah, we know it.
Yeah, we know it. We know what is good for us.
God.
No, because it's so difficult. And it's very, the comfortable zone is very comfortable.
Yeah.
But somebody said that nothing grows in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
If you want to grow, you need to come out of it. And so this year, promise yourself that whatever it is that you want to do, you want to aspire to achieve, you are going to take action on it. Yeah. Be bold. Make the move. That big man in town you want to see, go and see him. And like the woman who was troubling the judge, stay in his office 7 days. Finally, he will give up and meet you. So take action. Don't just be paralyzed by fear. Don't just be paralyzed by self-doubt. Don't just be paralyzed by, Ghana big men. But some people come from Nigeria to see that same big man. Yes. So whatever it is that you need to do, please take action. Then 7 is, or 9 is neglecting your health. Because the health is the engine that will carry everything. And sometimes we are not eating well, we are not sleeping well, we are not resting well. So this year, don't neglect your health. Otherwise, it will come back later on and hurt you very well. Wow. So eat well, exercise, the little that you can do. The other one is distraction. Distraction. Because you know that every 12 minutes in the office we are distracted.
Oh yeah, I'm the most distracted person around. I think I myself, I cause a lot more distraction to a lot of people that
they do to you.
They're looking at me.
So this year you have to change.
I have to change.
Yeah, distractions. We feed our distractions.
Yes.
And then they also distract us from our goals and aspirations. And so this year, final one. What distracts you? Is it social media? Is it gadgets? Is it TV? Is it friends? Find that out.
This phone life, dear, distraction here, mega cry.
Yes, that's where they want us. So we will not do anything. Yeah. And if you pay attention, people are saying that there's a difference in the way Asians use phones, the way Americans use phones, and the way we Africans use phones.
Yeah.
So these guys have created these tools to distract us from productivity. And once they march on and go and do well. And so please, this year, sit down and name or outline the things that distract you. It could be a friend, it could be a mate, it could be a gadget, it could be even the gadget, which apps distract you. Find an antidote to it, otherwise you will experience the same thing. Because when you are distracted, it takes you off focus.
Yeah.
And we have examples in the Bible by people who were distracted. It took them off their God-given destiny.
Yeah, so one died. Yeah. One died by following the old prophet.
That's right.
It distracted him.
And Samson had to be in prison because he was distracted by
with
something.
No ice.
Exactly.
With no ice.
The other one is putting ourselves down or others. As we said, sometimes we as a word we tell ourselves. Oh, you know, I didn't go to school. Oh, you know, I didn't do this thing. Oh, you know, where I grew up. You know, so what do you tell yourself? Once again, be aware of the things you tell yourself, and this year break the chain. And then any time that those negative things come, replace it with an empowering thought.
Yeah.
So when you say, oh, I can't go and face the boss, oh, you say, no,
I can go.
the boss is a human being just like me. I will just go and have my discussion with him, even if it's for just 1 minute. Yeah. And so you need to replace what you've been telling yourself and other people with more empowering statements this year. We've talked about staying in our comfort zones. The comfort zone is very comfortable, but nothing happens there. But that is where a lot of people are. I mean, you've had the same shop in the same neighborhood for 15 years. You need to grow. It is your God-given right to grow. By now, you should have 4 other branches. By now, you should be able to come out of that. So we need to move to a place where we are not comfortable with comfortable. And anytime I tell, that's my principle, that every 2 years you must be promoted at the office. If you are not, there's a problem. It means you are not growing. So don't stay in your comfort zone. There are people who sacrifice so that they could. People talk about Bill Gates. People talk about Bill Gates. And for a long time, he was a world's richest. But what we don't talk about is the fact that he left the classroom and stayed in, I think, a desert or so for 7 years, trying to create
something.
7 years, you know. So it will get worse before it gets better. And let us get out of that comfort zone. The other one is perfectionism. Perfectionism is also a distraction because it prevents you from moving forward.
You have to do something.
That's right.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Exactly. So let's take all the gadgets we are using today. Let's remember, do we even remember the first iPhone?
I remember the first iPhone.
Good.
In fact, because I was working in advertising, I remember the first Macintosh, the first Mac.
Yes, the first.
Okay.
Those big bowler ones.
Those big bowler ones. Then later on, they got the psychedelic one. They put a nice one at the back. It was still very slow.
That's right.
I remember my first internet because that was when I was in final year University of Ghana, and the dial-up. If you remember the dial-up.
Yes.
How slow you could go and wait just.
You give one command and you have to sing as it turns round before it finally, goes through.
But here we are today.
And so, yes, I'm not saying don't be excellent or don't aim for excellence, but don't wait for perfect. Whatever it is, that's why in marketing, they'll tell you whatever product you have, just go to market. The market will refine it and tell you how to fine-tune it so that it gets better.
In case you don't know what we're talking about now, it's Start Right, okay? And we're only doing this because we want to carry as many of you sunny people as possible to be among that 1-2% of people, 3% of people who can excel this year, 2024. Okay, if you want to be one of them, just go *887 *273 hash. It's *887 *273 hash. Go register. Just 400 Ghana cedis. It can change 2024 for you, because the man I'm with here, Ohene-Effah, will be there with us. Ohene-Effah will be there with us. Okay, including Letitia will also be there. Please come with please make sure that you are coming to plan for 2024. It's very, very important. And they're going to touch on something special that I really love: the family. The unit. Okay, very, very important, because half of you wake up later on in life when you're 45 and go like, I didn't plan well for these boys. I didn't plan well for these girls. Okay, please don't do that. So it's *887 *887. Please continue, Michael.
Thank you. The other behaviors we engage in that tends to hold our success back is waiting for the right time. There's this famous WhatsApp image people pass around of a sister who waited for the right time. You see her in a skeleton bone with wedding gown. So she was waiting for the right one, which never happened. So there's nothing like the right time. The right time is just the time that you must do. That's why I like the Nike slogan.
Just do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. There's nothing like that. We learn from our mistakes. Yeah. We learn and grow through whatever it is that happens to us in life. And so if you are going to wait for the right time this year, my brother, my sister, just hit it. Just do. And if you fail, you will learn from the mistake, refine it, and then you get better at it. So don't wait for the right time. The next is not having a budget.
Yeah.
You need to have a budget. And I may probably be guilty of this because I tend to just move. And my wife will say, no, we need to plan. We need to sit down. We need to, put it.
It's just like me and my wife. My wife wants to plan like 5 years plan today. She does. You want 5-year plan today.
God bless her.
No, and it's really exciting because working with her is really easy for me. Okay. I'm having to dress up the boys. My wife has packed everybody's clothes in their bags.
Wow.
So when I take this one, I want this one, I know who this one belongs to. Because otherwise I've been doing who is this for, who is this for. Okay, well planned out.
Oh, God bless her. So.
Oh, God bless her. God bless the women in our lives.
That's right.
and you want to have a plan like that, okay, and not be self-sabotaging yourself.
No. One of my coach friends, a lady went to see him, and she said, oh, I'm stressed, I'm doing too many things, and I don't seem to, the month doesn't seem to go round, and I'm short of money, and this and this. So, okay, let's plan. First of all, how much do you earn? So I earned 3,500. Then they started categorizing her expenses. Yeah. It came up to 7,500.
She's spending 7,500 when she makes 3,500.
Exactly. So that explains why you are always on edge.
Yes.
You are stressed out because they need money for some expense. Yeah. And then they worked it out. They realized that she was living in an area that she shouldn't be living based on that income. Yeah. She was driving a car you didn't know. You have signed up to a gym that you don't need, you can't afford. So if you have a budget, it puts things in perspective
for you.
Look at your monthly income from your hustles and from your regular income. Look at how much you spend: electricity, phone, food, transport, this, that, and then try and make the adjustments. So you need to have a budget. The other one is not persistent.
Yeah.
Not persistent.
We give up too early.
We give up too early. You make one move, the thing doesn't work, and then we just give up. No, somebody will take that thing and run with it.
Yeah.
And so just know that on the road to success, there may be detours, there may be bumps, there may be portions that are not, but just keep going, just keep moving. Even if they bounce you, my brother, you've gone to that sister, she's bounced you 3 times. That's not the end of the road.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Go back again and again and again.
The other guy will disappoint you.
Exactly.
The other guy will disappoint you, and then, no, I'm ashamed. It happens all the time.
Preach, brother.
No, it makes you remember. I think it was Maurice Sherrill who talked about this one. He said when he went to ask his wife that I'm going to marry you, the lady was livid because the lady knew that she knew I was going out with this other guy. He said, oh, no, that guy won't make it. I will make it.
Wow. And it happened.
And it happened. The guy didn't make it.
By faith.
By faith.
That's what.
They live by faith.
So this year you need to persist. If it's a business deal, if it's relationships, just keep going. They will say no. Maybe you want somebody to give you some goods on credit. The person says, I don't do it. Just continue to show good faith and persist so that you'll be able to achieve what you want.
And Michael, before you continue, I remember I was in Lagos one day, and one guy comes to the car I was in. It was this Range Rover I was in with a friend of mine, and he shows me a Ghana flag.
Oh, okay.
And he said, my friend says, so he's from Ghana. And the moment the boy heard I'm from Ghana, he chased the car for 4 blocks.
Wow.
I was shocked. Now, every block there'll be a traffic light, so you wait. Then you come and meet me. I won't buy. Second block, by the 4th block, I said, I will buy it. The flag was upside down. I still bought it.
Just for the guy's persistence.
Just for his persistence.
You honored his persistence. And that is what some of these roadside vendors teach us. Once they see your eye has looked in their direction, you are guilty of purchasing from them until proven innocent.
Very true.
They will chase you and run, and sometimes you honor their persistence more than the product.
Yes.
There's a particular one, he's crippled. He's around Standards Board area.
Yeah.
I always buy from. It's just to, you know, I honor him because I'm like, okay, he's not begging.
Yeah.
He's doing something. He's holding shoe polish and, you know, what do they call
earbuds.
Earbuds and stuff. I said, just honor that. So, my brother, my sister, persist.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You want to see that big man, go there 2 weeks. 2 weeks, he himself will say, okay, what is it?
I mean, because people say I don't have a job. Just wake up in the morning and go. I mean, for instance, maybe you just finished school. Just go and say, oh, I want to come and work for free.
That's
here.
it.
Nobody would like to come there for free and look at you for 20 years and not support.
Yeah. You know, one of my mentors told me a story. There was a young lady who had just finished Legon, University of Ghana. And said, oh, nowadays it's difficult because, you know, the average university student waits about 3 years to get a job.
3 years?
Yeah, about 80% of them.
Yeah.
Only 20% get a job in the first year. So this girl always has, oh, you know, there are no jobs. My mentor advised her, just go to this company and tell them you work for free.
Yeah.
And that's what she did.
Yeah.
She went in and said, I'm coming here, I've just finished school, I'll work for free.
Yes.
And they said, oh, free, oh, that one there.
I started working in Sunny FM for free.
Look at that.
And
I'm
the director now.
Look
for
at that.
Free.
Look at that. For free, and then after 3 months, they now made her an intern.
Yeah.
After that, somebody left 8 months. Guess who was given a job?
Should be the one.
Good. So persist.
Persist.
Don't be intimidated by what is going on in Accra. Don't be moved by what you see. The other behavior is not knowing when to let go.
Yeah.
So there's a place for persistence. There's also a place that you are clear and say, you know what, it's not working.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, you've tried everything. You've tested the product. You've done everything. You've developed a prototype. You've done something. So this is where you need discernment to be able to let go. All right.
I have a few messages. This one here says, good morning, says Sunny. Great points for the year. Thank you. The question is, how does one distinguish between putting oneself down and being humble? Some husbands call the persistence nagging. Please help.
Okay, so putting yourself down and humility are two different things.
Yeah.
And in Ghana, we confuse the two.
Yeah.
And we even have a term called too known, that you can actually know more. And we say you are overconfident. Now, putting yourself down is actually depreciating your gifts, your talents, and who you are, your own personality. There's a difference between saying, I can't do it, I am not worthy, because I didn't go to university, because I don't have this particular qualification. That's putting yourself down. Yeah. But humility is just knowing that, and this is how I define it or explain it when I teach young people. I said, overconfidence is thinking you are better than everybody. Yeah. And lack of confidence is thinking everybody is better than you. Okay. So humility is just being who you are and not thinking you are better than everybody because you drive a bigger car or because you have a master's degree or because you are the one. That's going over the top. But humility is that I am as good as the next person and I can do whatever it is that they are doing. They are not better than me, I'm not better than them. Yeah. So that's the difference between the two. Now, the difference between persistence and nagging, I think nagging is when is the tone and the approach.
Yes. It is a tone and approach.
That's right.
And I think I have some wisdom there that I'll probably share with you. This one says the right time is now. Yes, just do it. God bless your wife for planning. Okay, thank you, Isley. Failing to plan means you fail already. Good. They call us man woman. Oh, you know, when women take charge, they call us man woman. That's your saying. But I mean, but it still boils as the fact that if only you will spend time to plan.
That's right.
So it's like, in spite of how busy you are this January, if you could find the time to
just
plan,
1 hour,
just one hour to plan out all this till December, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You might think something we're worrying you, but it's for your own good.
It's in service of your own success.
It's in the service of your own success. Yeah. And I think we've done that ourselves to appreciate it, because I was telling Effah the other time that every time we've been able to sit down to plan something, this is where we are going. Somehow, that the Bible says, it says what? It's the heart of man belongs to plan, but the answer is in the mouth of the Lord.
It is God who grants.
Yeah, He grants it, but
That's right.
but the planning is for man.
Come from you. Yes, you must do.
You must do. You can't say God plan for me.
No. I tell people, you see, and this is a mistake, and I think the church needs to take this up.
Yeah.
God does not put something on nothing.
Yeah.
There's a part for the human and a part for the divine. That's how come even when He does a miracle, He expects you to play your part.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, even when He rained down manna, He didn't rain it into our mouths or into our tents.
You had to go and get it.
You had to go and fetch it.
Yeah.
And there were clear rules, even when there was manna.
Yeah.
And so your job is just to do your part. Put in your work, and then God will rain the blessings upon it. But this attitude of us that we have just left everything and is adum, it does not work that way.
Será. What will be.
It doesn't happen that way.
It doesn't happen that way.
We must always do our part. I mean, Joshua and others, they plan meticulously for the war. Yeah. And then they'll go to God and pray for the grace to win.
Yes, they will.
So, my brother, my sister, you can't just...
No, even whilst in the field doing the plan, they realize, oh, we might need more hours in the day.
That's right. And then they ask for it.
Now, hold the sun for us.
But they were standing.
They were standing at that time.
Exactly. They didn't go to sleep and say, now go for a day with the enemy for us.
It doesn't happen that way. Oh, this is Sunny 88.7 on the IM Drive. My guest this morning, Michael Ohene-Effah of Leadafrique, co-founder of Leadafrique. We have some messages. Please open them for me, okay? And we'll read them also. This one says, good morning, Sunny. This is now from Springtest. Please, how do you fit God's provision in your plan? Because sometimes it can feel like the plan is calculated with little or no room for God's provision calculated. Yeah.
So this is how I approach it. Have your plan and go to God.
Yeah, He says,
God, this is my plan.
Yeah, the Lord says, bring to me your plan.
That's right.
Okay, and I'll make it successful.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now the three answers He will give you. No, yes, wait.
Wait, yeah. But when you don't have any plan, you don't know whether it's a no, it's a wait, or it's a yes.
Exactly.
You have no idea.
Or sometimes you tell you, okay, yes, but do it this way.
Do it this way.
Or do that to activate it.
Yeah,
so now that's how you approach it.
It's very, very true. On Sunny 88.7, and you can see some of you are still writing something. Okay, this one. This one, okay, this one. Okay. Okay, so we plan, we pray, and then God directs.
Awesome. I like that. I like that.
We plan,
we pray.
Yes, so
good.
Come and plan with us on the 27th. Okay, it's so true. So many Christians say it hasn't happened because God hasn't let it happen. I think that some of the time God has said a booming yes, but you are not taking His yes. You are not even giving Him something to say yes to. Yeah, you're not giving him anything to say yes to. Yeah,
exactly.
That's also very, very true. Okay, and then Nadia says, for which of you wishing to build a farm building does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see whether he has sufficient means to finish it? Luke 14:28 in the Amplified Version. And you know the interesting thing is when he says, if you for instance decide to carry a load and later realize this load is too heavy for me and put it down, you are not wise. That means you did not calculate to see whether I can carry this burden or not. And it's coming in your planning, like you said. If you don't know how much money you know how much money you're getting, but you don't know what the expenditure is, okay, you're spending as you go. And you know, Michael, have you realized that anytime you like on the phone companies, if you pay as you go, you pay more than those with the plan.
Exactly. You know, there was for a long time I was on prepaid.
Yeah.
And you realize that the prepaid people, because you know your limit, you know what it can do, it's much, some people prefer that to the postpaid. Yeah. Because with the postpaid, you just, you know, and then you are just spending, and before you realize, it's taking 10% of your income.
You won't believe those who buy 2 cedi, 3 cedi, and buy more. They buy more.
Yes. It's the same with our ladies will tell you when they go to market and buy in bulk, they save more money than those who just buy one olunka, one margarine thing, one olunka, one margarine thing. You end up spending too much money.
When you buy more, it's always better.
That's right.
Again, please, the number to call, okay, in case you want to sign up to star, right? It's star 887 star 273 hash. star 887 star 273 hash, or if you want to make inquiries, call 0545 223 324. That's 0545 223 324, or 0243 664 623. Michael, do we have any more of the
yes, 3 more and we are done.
3 more, yes. Let's get it.
Not educating yourself. One of my online mentors, Robin Sharma, he said that if you want to double your income, you must triple your investment in yourself. It's a principle of life.
Yeah.
And so this year, one of the things you need to do is to read.
Yeah.
Is to read. Last 2 weeks, I was training a company, and I told them that I traveled and came back on the 17th. And between the 17th and the 4th of January, I was reading 2 books. And they say, hey, how do you do? Is it true? So read, attend that course. And now technology has even made it very easy for us. You can actually get an MBA online for free.
For free.
Coursera, Udemy, YouTube. Please, when you go on YouTube, don't just go and watch comedy. There's a lot of training courses and things that you can do to develop yourself.
The comedy people are making money off you.
Oh, massa.
Instead of you making money off the YouTube.
They are making money from your laughter. Making thousands of dollars. So develop yourself, educate yourself. Whatever business you are in, whatever your professional role in the office is, develop yourself. Brian Tracy says that just listening to audio learning programs in your car for 3 months is the equivalent of 1 semester of university education. So your car is a lecture room. Your phone is a lecture room. Your laptop or desktop is a lecture room. When you are coming to sleep, it's a lecture room. Educate yourself. You have a mentor, have a coach, have somebody you share learning with. Even if you can do that just 30 minutes every day, when you are learning something new, you'll get better by the end of December. Then not asking questions. Not asking questions. Bishop, Pastor, he's not a bishop, Pastor Shimolo told us a story years ago. He said there was a young lady who married, and after their honeymoon, he and her new husband settled in their new home. And the young man realized that his new bride was cutting the 2 tips of sausage before she fries it. And asked her, why do you cut, this is good meat, why are you cutting the sausage? He said, oh, that's how I saw my mom fry sausage when I was growing up. I said, oh, how? But why? She said, I don't know. That's how I just saw my mom do it. So he went to the mother-in-law and said, Mommy, my wife says you used to cut the 2 tips of sausage every time when you were frying. And she doesn't understand. I said, oh, me too, that's how I saw my mother do it when I was growing up. He said, oh, wow. Thankfully for him, the grandmother-in-law was out. So he went to her and said, both your daughter and my wife say they all observe you cut the 2 tips of sausage when they were growing up. Why is that? And then the grandmother burst out laughing. Said, oh, it's because at that time we have a small frying pan. The sausage could not fit. That's why I had to cut the tips so it could fit into the small frying pan. It wasn't for anything.
You know, just for that. And you don't have a bigger frying pan. You're still cutting the.
And that's what we do. Because when we are growing up, you ask your teacher a question, say shut up. You ask your parents a question, they say shut up. So a lot of us have grown up fearful of asking questions. We are all sitting in a meeting, strategy meeting. CEO is, what do you have to say is good?
Very, very true.
Say it's good. What you have said is okay. Because we don't want to ask questions. And then when we get out in the canteen, that's where the real meeting takes place.
You go like, that thing I say, you will not work. You will not work. But you didn't tell them on the meeting.
Say it. And then you watch as the company goes on that project and loses money. Money that could have used to top up your salary.
And then your pay will be cut.
Because you are not asking questions. So this year, ask questions. In this industry, you want to go and ask questions. I was with a young man, one of my friends, Jeremiah, this Saturday in a church, and he said, look, before I started my new business, I took a car to Sunyani and went to ask somebody there, sat with the person for him to teach me the business before I came back to Accra and started the business. Ask questions. Go to your mentors, go to your elders and ask them questions this year. If you don't do that, you rob yourself of new energy, new knowledge, and new experience. Then the last one The last one is consumed by failure. A lot of us are consumed by failure. And so because of that, we then not make progress. But failure is not supposed to, I mean, the oft repeated thing is that failure is not final, failure is not fatal. Now, I have a principle called efficient failure, that when you fail, don't lose the lesson. And so don't be afraid of failure. Now, remember that 90% of our fears do not materialize. And so this year, make that move. Yes, you may fail, but learn from the failure. When you do that, then you have not failed. So whatever it is, make that move. Whatever it is, take that step of faith. And when you fail, when you make a mistake, learn from it. It will make you a better person. So this year, don't be consumed by failure. Rather, look on the side of success. Look on the might of your God and not on the size of the problems.
That's Michael Ohene-Effah. And this one says, and sometimes that deep contemplation exercise builds in you the tenacity and wherewithal you need to tackle challenges in that venture and overcome. I think that many Christians think that if they count the cost and it looks insurmountable, they should not go. Coming from a place where a lot of the times I thought to do looked impossible at first, I've come to believe that sometimes what counting the cost does for you is to set you up to handle the challenges.
Powerful.
Okay. And she's asking, what do you think?
Powerful. I agree totally. This is a good addition to the discussion. God bless you.
Somebody is actually saying that I have to tell you that of a truth, I've learned a lot from Sunny FM, JJD, Jennifer. Vicky and Jennifer are my English teachers. I'm still learning.
Yes, I like that.
They speak very well, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and this one says, yes, someone said I don't fail. I just discovered another method that doesn't work.
That's right.
That's
right.
Join us, listen to this. I'll be right back.
Here is what participants from last year's Start Right conference had to share.
As an international person, I travel around. I've been to about 38 nations. I've done businesses to so many nations. And I have been moved by a few things that Yahweh said, because I realized not observing the international protocols has caused me to lose a lot of things.
The points were simplified well enough to actually take steps to sustain it. I'm really happy I came and every penny was worth it.
I was actually just coming to pass through, and it happened that I couldn't leave after hearing the speakers.
It's rewarding, very impactful. I'm really glad I came.
I learned a lot from all of them: raising children, planning on your finances, building up your skills, and also balancing spirituality in your life.
Having Mrs. Yawa and Mr. Joe Jackson among the people that were invited, it was really an informative conversation we had, and I'm really glad I joined because I learned a lot. I'm definitely joining 2024.
Set the tone for a goal-oriented, purposeful and fruitful new year at Sunny FM's Start Right Conference 2024. Themed, Adapting to Change, Thriving in a Dynamic World. With speakers, Joe Jackson, CEO of Dalix Finance, Yawa Hansen Kwao, founder of Leading Ladies Network, and Michael and Letitia Ohene-Effah. Participants will leave equipped in the area of finance, family life, entrepreneurship, personal development, and career growth. Date 27th January 2024, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Venue, Alisa Hotel. Rate 400 Ghana cedis. To register, dial *887 *273#. For enquiries, call or WhatsApp 0545 223324. Registration deadline 24th January. Major sponsor, IT Consortium. Other sponsors, Apollonia City, Witty's Ghana, iStream.
So Michael, before you go, let's get into this Start Right program, okay? And the thing is, how valuable would you say this conference is, and who would you like to see attend?
Well, I think it's for those who want to start the year right, who want to get it right. If you don't want to be successful in 20, maybe it's one of your resolutions. You don't want to be successful this year, you are okay with life, then stay away.
Yeah.
But if you want new information, new energy, to help you to actualize your vision, your dream, and your aspiration for this year, then I believe that coming to share with like-minded people will help you to actualize that dream and that aspiration. Now, you've given us a topic of coming to deal with the family. As I said yesterday, for me, the family is the building block of society. Now, a lot of us have aspirations of how we want our families to be. But once again, there's no software.
Yeah, there's no planning for it.
There's no planning for it. There's no values that will drive it. You want boundaries for your children's conduct. Now, it is values that will determine the boundaries of conduct in your home. Have you set it? How do you do it? That will be the focus of our discussions. And I believe the other speakers are coming to throw more light on other aspects of our life. So if you really mean success this year, we talked about comfort zone, doing the same thing. And so instead of waking up Saturday, eating wachi, and then going around your normal duties, this time, alter your behavior. Come to a conference where you are coming to meet like-minded individuals, where you are coming to get new information to help you to plan, to implement, and then achieve your success.
What I was going to say, this lady is going to say for me, she says, great conversation. I like the perspective on failure. We always give up with just one and no, and even avoid the people who say no to us. I have learned to try again with the same people and rather change the approach.
Good.
Thank you. My name is Glenda Queen Hayford, a big fan of Mr. Ohene-Effah. Happy birthday. Happy New Year, sir.
Oh, Glenda, Happy New Year to you too. Keep shining and keep winning. I like what you are doing.
Yeah. So, because I'm sitting here watching, Papa Onim Kasa Pa, Papa Tibrofo, Papa Timikasa. Thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure, Kojo. Thank you also for the work you guys are doing, trying to emancipate us, trying to support us to live better lives.
We have to.
Yes.
We've been down there for too long.
That's right.
It's time to rise.
It's time to rise. Please, before I go, let me do this.
Please do it.
My wife requests for you to play Fuku.
Oh, I have to play Fuku.
She is the honorary vice president of the Fuku movement. She is the honorary vice president of the Fuku movement.
I'm even shocked I haven't been sacked yet, because the last time I came here without playing Fuku, they sacked me off the radio.
Okay.
Yes, I understand the Fuku run the radio station now. So.
Oh, yeah. They are spreading. So, Letitia, I dedicate this song to you. Enjoy it.
Hell yeah. You see, Letitia, you're very powerful. You're very, very powerful. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna get you Fuku by all means. Right here on Sunny 88.7. DJ Steve is here, so okay, Mr. J. Yes, Mr. J is here. Is it coming? Okay, so it will come. They'll figure out a way for it to come. Good, it's coming now. Yeah, man. Mrs. Letitia Ohene-Effah. It's yours.
Come here, Mr. J. I'm on the love side.